Hi, everyone. Welcome to Diamond Zone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Want to welcome everybody who's logging on from all over the place here. It's Wednesday. They call it Hump Day, but I don't think any day for us over here is Hump Day. It's always a good day, especially here at World Global Network. So what I'm going to do, and I actually did this last week, was I did a compensation training. But I'm going to go through it quick, very, very quick. I want to recap what we did last week, and I really want to spend more time on the back end in the back office. I've got a couple examples of the back office because I want to show the tabs. I want to kind of show you what I really look at. And I also want to show you guys how to help people set up their wallet. I know there's a lot of confusion on that. So, and then I want to have time to open it up at the end for questions. So without further ado, I'm going to get right into it because I know that Jeff calls me Rain Man. Sometimes I get a little in the zone and I lose track of what's going on. And I went a little long last time. So I want to keep it nice and tight and just kind of click through this information and get right into the back office stuff. So first of all, compensation, just to recap what we talked about last week, is number one, when people are signing up, they got to become a member. And what's really cool about when somebody goes into your website and they become a member, they're signing an electronic member contract. So I want to also insert here some information that you want to make sure that you're not doing this for them, because they need to agree to the terms and conditions, okay? So make sure that they go in and they do this. Number two, hold on, Jeff, can you mute me over there? Because I'm getting all this feedback from you. Thank you. Okay, when people sign up, when they click on join or create an account, because you guys realize there's two ways to start. They can either click on join first and then buy their product. I'm still hearing it. Okay. The dog will keep walking in and out. Okay. So people could either click on join. You got it? There we go. Yay! Okay, because I'm hearing my voice in the kitchen. All right, so if they click on join, they could actually create an account and then buy their product from their back office, or they could buy their product and create an account. Either way, they're getting started. Always encourage people to become a customer referral program. Sign up as a customer referral program, because if they sign up as a customer, they cannot earn commissions and they can't participate in the compensation plan. All right. Now, to stay active, this is sometimes a little confusing for people. Being on loyalty does not make you active. Okay. If you're on loyalty, it's just the benefits that come with loyalty. Okay. It has nothing to do with being active or has nothing to do with earning commissions. Very, very key. These are two separate entities. In order to earn commissions and to be active, someone must either sell $199 a month, which is 60 SV, in other words, a Hilo, or a Biozen, or they sign up somebody who gets on loyalty. Because when someone's on loyalty, that's 30 SV per month that's going to appear in the back office because you signed someone up who got on loyalty. That's minimally what's required to be active. So it's not what you do personally, it's what you sign someone up to do. Okay? So that's how you're active. So step one, we always talk about that. You need to get step one, sign up. Step two, get someone on the right, get someone on the left. Step three, help those people get someone on the right, someone on the left. This is what we teach closing out every opportunity meeting, because these are the three steps you need to do in order to get your structure done, in order to earn in the dual team, and in order to earn check matching bonuses, okay? In order to unlock all the bonuses. And then you don't stop, you guys. You want to keep recruiting people. So in other words, when you get your 2, okay, 1, 2, your back office is set to alternate back and forth because you have 2 legs that you're building. So we want to make sure that when we bring people in, I always tell them, don't touch the back office structure, the strategy, it's in your back office, until you sponsor at least 5 people on your right and 5 people on your left. So you're just going to go right, left, right, left. You're going to go back and forth until you have 5 right, 5 left. Make sense? All right, so this is what we're going to go over. Fast start bonuses, dual team commissions, check matching, 1% money back, okay? And we're going to go over the monthly car bonus. So first of all, fast start bonuses, again, very, very simple. Sign the electronic member contract in order to be eligible for the fast start bonuses. In other words, customers do not qualify for fast start bonuses. Okay, and it's pretty straightforward. If someone buys a premium, you make $200. If they sign back in, this is a 2-part process, and buy the loyalty for $59, that's an extra $6 in fast start bonuses. The bundle, $13.49, you're making basically 10%, $135. Someone buys the loyalty, you're making an extra $6. If someone buys one personal bundle, we always say these are the customers, it's $35. If they get the loyalty, it's an extra $6. So anything that's purchased on your back office, you're making 10%. All right. So to build a solid foundation, we talked about this. You want to sponsor 5 people on your right leg and 5 people personally on your left leg. Okay, now when you do that, in fast start bonuses, you're really making $141 per person, because if everybody gets the loyalty, it's $135 plus 6, that's $141. 1, 2, 3, 4 on your 5 on your right, 5 on your left. So 141, actually, 141 times 10 is $1,410 total. I got to change that. All right, so now let's talk about the second commission. So that was the first one. First one is fast start bonuses. Second one is dual team commission. Dual team commission is what you earn in those 2 legs, okay? So in order to be eligible to earn dual team commissions, you've got to sponsor 1 on the right, 1 on the left. Now, if both people you bring in buy a single helo, okay, that translates in actually to 120 points. You're going to make a 10% commission. If both those people you bring in both buy a family pack, 500 on your right, 500 on your left, you immediately are at 20%. Now, this is what's cool about this compensation plan. You only have to do it once. Now, it doesn't matter if these people are on loyalty. It doesn't matter if they stay in. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Once you do this, you'll always be earning 20% in the binary. So this recaps it, okay? We talk about this when we do the opportunity meeting. In order to become a team builder, if you get 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and they both do 1 helo, you're at 10%. 1 on the right, 1 on the left, they both buy a family pack, you're at 20%. Okay? So, team volume commission. You got to know your points, okay? So, let's talk about the points. This is what everything that is purchased, every single purchase has what's called an SV attached to it. And that is what lives in the binary, and that's what you get paid on, okay? You don't get paid on the retail dollar, you get paid on what's called the SV. So a premium translates into 750 points. A family bundle translates into 500 points. And a personal bundle for $349 translates into 120 points. The loyalty, when someone goes back in and buys the loyalty, that translates into 30 points. Okay, 30 points. And the thing about the loyalty is if someone gets on that loyalty, it's not just one time. It's every month thereon after. 30 points is going to live in the binary, okay, unless they at some point cancel. So understand what your points are. And if you go to your store in your back office, you're always going to see the points associated with every purchase. All right. So as an example, back to that 20%. If you got one family bundle on your right and 5 personals on your left, 5 personals would equal $600 without the loyalty. And one family would equal 500. You would be at 20%. So just another way of getting there. So what could you earn in the dual team? All right. So think about it. If we're telling everybody to get 5 on their right and 5 on their left, let's say everybody started at the family bundle. Okay. That would equal 550 points. Well, if you did that 5 times, 20% is $110 per person on each side. Now, you guys got to remember, in a binary, you get paid on what matches. So if you have 550 points on your right and 550 points on your left, you're going to make 20% of one side. Okay, so 20% of 5 can't even talk. 20% of 550 is $110. 110 times 5 is $550 in the binary. So if you add all that up, you guys, just creating your structure, and we always tell people, you know, if you get this done in your first week or your first couple weeks, you know, you're sponsoring 10 people. That's $1,350 in the dual team, plus 5 in fast start bonuses, plus $550 in the dual team. That's $1,900, okay, in total commissions. Okay, so this is your fast start, this is your dual team, totaling $1,900. All right, now what do we tell people to do? Everybody get their 2, because now you're working with those 10 people. And what do we want those 10 people to do? We want them to work up to team developer, but the first step is help everybody get their 2. So when that happens, now you've earned an additional $1,100 in the binary. Because if everybody gets their 2, okay, that's $1,100 SV, right? Times 5. That's $1,100 at 20%. That's $5,500 you're earning on, times 20% is an additional $1,100 plus. All right, so now let's talk about the dual team. On your left leg, just as an example, as you bring people in, remember, everybody's getting their 2, who get their 2, who get their 2, and you're adding people. What's going to happen is the volume starts, the pay cycles start on Tuesday, and they normally are 1 week long, and they end the following Tuesday at like 8 in the morning. So what they do is they total all the volume SV on your right leg, and they total all the SV on your left leg. So let's say the SV is totaling up to $9,000 on your right leg, and let's say the SV on your left leg totals up to $5,000. So remember, this is points, okay? It's not dollars, it's points. In this example, you're always going to be paid on what matches. Or another way of looking at it is you're going to be paid on the lesser leg, okay? So in this example, the lesser leg is the left side. you would make $1,000 because 20% of $5,000, 5,000 points is $1,000. Now, in this example, on Tuesday morning, they're going to total the points, they're going to pay you on the lesser leg, and then the new pay cycle is going to start. What they're going to do is they're going to subtract the 5,000 from the 9, and the new pay cycle is going to start, and 4,000 is going to sit on your right leg. Does that make sense? So basically what happens in a dual team is whatever you got paid on basically disappears. So the 5 and the 5 disappear, and what you're left with is $4,000. Why? Because you got paid on it. So now you got $4,000 that rolled into the next week because you didn't get paid on that. And so in this example, this is where you go back and you start setting your strategy to go to the lesser leg. Because if you built your structure and you have 5 people on your right and 5 people on your left, and now your right leg is getting bigger, what are you going to do when you sponsor another person? Okay, in this example, PR stands for personal recruit. So when you bring somebody in, what you're going to do is you're going to put them on your left leg. Now, do you notice that that person went to the next available spot? It's going to fall down to the next spot. So if John had already gotten in, and it doesn't matter if it was a minute before you signed somebody up, this is real time. Now, these people are still front line to you in your check matching. Okay, all the people you personally bring in are still front line to you, okay, but they're just going to fall down the tree. And it doesn't matter if this person falls down 100 people deep. They're just going to go to the next spot, okay? So that's where you would put them. So now let me erase. Clear drawings, go back to my mouse. Okay, so this is called spillover. It goes down to the next spot. John's excited because what happened was he got the benefit in the dual team of your personal recruit. So let's look at what happens when you build this right leg and you build this left leg, finishing up with dual team commissions. You want to always basically balance your 2 legs because, again, the way you're going to hit your ranks is you're going to hit your ranks based on what your lesser leg does, okay? So if you look at hitting platinum, if you want to hit platinum, what do you need in your lesser leg? You need 5,000 points. Well, 500 family packs, 10 family packs is what you would need on your lesser leg to hit the platinum level. If you look at that, 20% of $5,000 is $1,000 a week. That's $4,000 a month just in the dual team. If you're averaging diamond every single week, that's 10,000 points in your lesser leg. You need 19 family packs. If you want to hit president, that's 50. I'm sorry. If you want to hit president, that's 50,000 points in your lesser leg. That's 91 family packs. So this is really, I mean, you look at this, $10,000 per week in commission. That's hitting the president level. That's $40,000 per month. So this shows you the weekly incomes. This shows you the points associated with that. And this shows you the family packs that are needed. All right, so this is a great kind of like visual of what you need to be doing in that lesser leg. But remember, the world isn't perfect and everybody's not going to all buy family packs. Some are going to buy single, some are going to buy premium, some are going to buy family packs. This 5,000 points can be made up of all of that. Plus, there's going to be a lot of people on loyalty, okay? So it's a combination of everything. But this just gives you an idea kind of a benchmark of what you kind of need to look at. Now let's look at the power of the residual. Let's look at loyalty. You know, I love this slide. This is probably one of my favorite slides, because if you want to get to, let's say, $450 per month residually in just residual income, you want to cover the car payment, and you want to do it through loyalty. Your first goal should be get 75 people on loyalty, right? Because 75 people on loyalty, 75 times 6 is $100, 100 points in your lesser leg, right? Or 100 people on loyalty. This is what it means. Oh my gosh. So what they're saying is, if you had 100 people on loyalty, or 100 people in your lesser leg, 75% of them get on loyalty at $6, it's 450 points. You understand? 500 people in your lesser leg, 75% of them get on loyalty, that's $375 times 6. Now you're making $2,250 in residual income just on loyalty. You get 1,000 people in your lesser leg, 75% of them getting on loyalty at $6 per person, you're at $4,500 per month in residual income. You want to get up to $22,000 per month? That's 5,000 people on loyalty in your lesser leg. 75% of them is $3,750 at $6. That's $22,000 a month. So this gives you an idea of just the residual, just getting people on the loyalty. Okay, so let's talk about the third way you make money. It's called matching bonus. You get to earn up to 10%, and that's just on the first 2 levels as you climb the compensation plan. But the only way you make matching check bonus is if you're a team developer. You cannot earn matching bonus. You cannot get car bonus. You cannot get loyalty box. You cannot get any of these bonuses until you become a team developer. So in order to become a team developer, you personally have to recruit 2 people, and they have to get one on the right, one on the left. Now these 2 people, by the way, don't have to be your first 2 people. It could be your second person, your third person on the right, your fourth person on the right, somebody on your right and somebody on your left has to get somebody on the left and somebody on the right. Does that make sense? Now you're a team developer and you qualify to earn matching bonuses. So how do you earn matching bonuses? Or what does that mean? It's based on what you do in your pay leg. So if your pay leg does 100 points, right, just every single week, 100 points, on all your personal recruits, you're going to make 10% of what they earn in the binary. When you get to gold, that's when your pay leg's doing 2,000 points in your lesser leg. You're getting 10% on everybody you personally sponsor, and whoever they personally sponsor, you're making 5%. When you get to diamond, now you got 3 levels. When you get to president, you actually have 4 levels. And as you can see, when you get to the top of the comp plan, you get to earn down 10 levels. So remember, this is not the binary structure. This is a unilevel structure. All right? So remember, everybody you personally sponsor is frontline. Everybody they personally sponsor is your 2nd level. Everybody they personally sponsor is your 3rd level. All right? So this is called check matching. So back to this example. If you sponsored your personal recruit here on your left side, and on your right side, you sponsor your 2nd person, and on your 3rd level, you sponsor your 3rd person. 1, 2, 3, these people are all your 1st generation. So let's say you sponsor 10 people and you get them all earning $1,000 a month in the binary. They're all earning $1,000 a month in the binary. you're making 10%, $100 per person. You're earning $1,000 per month in check matching bonus. So think about that. $1,000 per month. That means that these 10 people, $1,000 per month, they're making 246. They're doing probably, what, $1,000 per month. That's not a lot of volume, you guys. $1,000 per month on 10 people. That's $200 per week, about $250, right? Jeff's correcting me. That's not, I mean, think about that. That's not a lot of volume that somebody needs to be earning. I mean, for you to be making $1,000 a month just in check matching, helping 10 people earn $1,000 per month. All right, so let's go over here. I'm going to move this up. Hold on. Let's talk about Money Box. Okay, we didn't get to this last week. Now, when you're a team developer, every single thing that you do in the dual team on your lesser leg, the company's going to take 1% of that, and they're basically going to put it in a piggy bank. So let's say you're qualifying at platinum level every week, averagely, okay? That means you're doing $5,000 per week in your pay leg. The company's going to take 1% of that, which is $50, and they're going to put it into a piggy bank. So let's add that up for the year. That would be $2,600 in a bonus that you're going to receive at the end of the year. So if you're qualifying at the diamond rank, that would be 10,000 times 52. That would be 5,200. That would be 5,200 in commission that you would get at the end of the year. So this is your money box. Car bonus. Now this I had a question on. In order to earn your car bonus, it has to be consecutive. So if you become a diamond in a pay cycle, you have to do it the following pay cycle, the following pay cycle, and the following pay cycle. 4 pay cycles in a row, and then they're going to release $1,000. If you consistently do that every 4 pay cycles, they consistently release $1,000 every 4 pay cycles. Now, let's say you miss one. What they're going to do is they're basically going to start over again and start counting from the first pay cycle that you make it. Does that make sense? And then they're going to count 4 pay cycles, and then they're going to release it. So this is the car bonus. And then, of course, obviously, once you get to Presidential Millionaire right now, you get the jet. So now I'm going to get rid of this and the show. I'm going to go over to my screen share. And we're going to go into my back office. All right, so I'm in the back office, you guys, and I want to show you all of this. I want to go through these tabs. And I started to do that last week, but really kind of ran out of time, and I felt like I got rushed there. So everything I talked about is right here. It's all right here. So you could literally see everything that I just talked to. And this is really how a lot of people learn the compensation plan, because once you start making money, you see where all these numbers live. All right. So first of all, let's start with Fast Start bonuses. I click on Fast Start bonuses. First of all, what is it going to tell me? I'm going to have to put my glasses on here. It's going to tell me the pay cycle, first of all, that we're talking about. So right now, if you look at this particular example, whenever you see current, that means that this is being paid out currently in the current pay cycle. And you can see that these people all right here just paid their loyalty. So $6 fast start bonus got paid out in this particular pay cycle, right? It's current. Now, if I scroll back, see these little numbers here to number 2? Look at right here. This shows you that these were paid out. All right? These were paid. And this shows you the pay cycle. Pay cycle 207 in fast start bonuses paid out a $35 fast start bonus because this person bought one single helo and then had 3 people get charged for their loyalty. So that shows you what they earned in fast start bonuses in that particular pay cycle. All right? Now, if I go over here, now I'm going to go to dual team. What did they make in dual team? Pulls it up. If I want to go back to that same pay cycle of pay cycle 207, first of all, do you understand at the top are all your tabs? Okay, so the first tab is daily TVC. We're going to scroll down and see what's going on currently in this pay cycle. So in this pay cycle, okay, we are in pay cycle, what does it say? It doesn't tell us what pay cycle it is, does it? It's in the current pay cycle. So what it tells me right here is that the right team had 24,000 points that rolled over from the previous week. Okay, so this is called the power leg. In the current week, this is the current week right here, you guys. Clear. Draw. Okay, this is your current week. There's 360 points on the right, and there's 180 points on the left. So if you look at this particular person at 20%, if the week ended, 20% of 180 is $36. Because you get paid on what matches. If this week ended right now, they get paid on what matches. 24,675 would be the total here. 180 would be the total here. The 180 subtracts 24,495 would roll into the next week. Okay, so that's pretty simple. That's how a binary works. You get paid on what matches. Now, if you scroll down, this is going to tell me exactly what's going on. So I'm going to see on the left side, 120 went in, and 3 people paid their loyalty. So remember I talked about your points are made up of a lot of different things. Over here, you could see that the only thing that's hit is loyalty. But the other thing I want you guys to look at is there was a return for $60. So this is what you need to also make sure you pay attention. Right here, whenever you see a return, you can see somebody either return their purchase or whatever. Pay attention to these two, because you want to make sure you keep track of what's going on. You know, for as leaders, if you see a return, I'm going to show you what I do with these returns. I'll go right up here, and you could click on Browse. And now you're going to be able to see everybody visually on your right leg and everybody visually on your left leg. So if I go over here and I scroll over Trevor, it's going to show me that that person is a customer, and they were sponsored actually by the username Joe Barati. If I go here, this person was sponsored, it's a team builder, 30 points in this pay cycle, and they were sponsored by My Helo site. So it shows you who they were sponsored by, if they have any volume in this pay cycle. If I click here, this goes to the bottom, and it opens up a new window of all the people that are above. Now, if I want to search anybody, you just go like this. If I want to search the person that just did a return, and I want to see what's going on here, I'll just put their name in, and I'll click enter. It'll take me to that person, and I'll see who they were sponsored by, right? And that they returned their helo. Very simple. So this is called the browse button. This is where you visually see everybody. Right here is the history button. All right, this is going to show you the history of pay cycle 208, 207, 206, 205. This shows you the basically the history of all the dual team. And if you look up here, it shows you the right leg and the left leg. This particular week, obviously there was no commission. This week, right, it shows you everything. Shows you what was carried over, what was current, every week what was current. Sometimes people want to know, well, what was the dates? Click here and you'll see the date. Pay cycle 208 was August 23rd through August 29th. Pay cycle 207 was August 9th through August 22nd. So this shows you the history of all your pay cycles. Now, I scroll down here, go back to daily TVC. I'm going to show you one more thing that I look at. If I want to look at who are my top producers on my right leg and who are my top producers on my left leg, I just click here. And I use this a lot when the pay cycle is coming to an end, because I want to see where everybody is. It's basically going to give you the numbers of what somebody's doing. So now it's going to break down how much was in the United States, how much was in the Netherlands and New Zealand. Okay, it's going to break down the countries. It's going to show you what this volume consists of. Well, Helo Wrist did 1,600. This person's at 235. This person's at 120. So it's showing you what the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people have done. Okay, so you could actually break it down to see what the top people are doing on your right leg and what the top people are doing on your left leg. Okay, so that's the second commission. Third commission is check matching. I go right here to generations. If you want to look at generations, this is going to show you all your personally sponsored people on your first leg, who sponsor your second level, who sponsor your third level, who sponsor your fourth level. Generations is what's born from you. So this is not going to include any spillover. Okay, spillover is what your upline dropped down underneath you. This is only what's born from you. Okay, it's like your kids, and then they have their kids, and then they have their kids, and then they have their kids, and it's a straight unilevel. So if I click here, this particular person has sponsored 20 people personally. I could click here, and I can see all the people that they personally sponsored. Now, if you notice, there's a little button here. If I want to click on this particular person, I could see their name, their email, and their phone number. Okay? I could also go over here, and I could click on calculate, and it's going to tell me exactly what's going on in the dual team this week. Now, obviously, nothing's going on. You could see that there's 120 new volume on the left, there's nothing on the right, and there's no carry forward. So that just shows you what's going on for this particular person. If I scroll down here,
Michael,
right, I can see everything going on here. What's going on carried forward, what's going on the right leg, what's going on the left leg. Okay, now if I go over here and I click on 2, these are all the personally sponsored people that they've brought in. Now you notice I can't see their email or their phone number. The only people I get to see the email and the phone numbers for are the personally sponsored distributors. But I could click here and see what's going on in their dual team. All right. So this is generations. This is something I go to a lot with if I want to click and see where my leaders are and what's going on their right leg and what's going on their left leg. So that's the third commission. Obviously, that's check matching. You want to see what's going on with your people down below. Here's the money box. Now remember, they take 1% of every pay cycle, and they put in a money box. Now this person obviously is not active, you guys, but you can see right, not very active. You can see right here, they took 1% of what was going on in their money box, $8.40, and it's accumulating. But you hear when people say they've got $9,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in their money box, that's right here. Now this is not going to be released until it's sat here for 12 months. And then you can wire it out and use it as a nice, you know, obviously whatever bonus you want to use it for. So this is where your money box volume lives. I'm going to go up to the top here, commissions. All right, so now completed payments, pending payments. Let me explain this to you guys. First of all, this is pay cycle 206. Pay cycle 206, you're always going to see a foreign or an own. These are people outside of the United States. These are people in the United States because this is our market. Now you can see here that it ended on August 8th, and you could see here that it paid out on August 29th. That's exactly 3 weeks later. 3 weeks later. And this is what was paid out. $59 in own market, $6 in the foreign market. Now if you want to see what that means, what did that mean? You click here and see details. It's going to show you that TVC is team volume commission. This is dual team. They made $18 in the dual team, and they made $38 in fast start bonuses. Jeff, you want to mute everybody? All right. And if you want to see what's pending, this volume period closed out on August 22nd. It's going to pay out on September 19th, 3 weeks later. Click here for details. You could see $53 was fast start bonuses. And up here, this is what they made in the dual team. Everything matches up, you guys. Sometimes people say, where did all the money come from and how did it all work? Well, if I go back to this pay cycle, 207, there was $53 in fast start bonuses. All I got to do is click on fast start bonuses. Sometimes people say, let me see where that came from. And all I've got to do is look on 207. See this pay cycle? And there it is. Everything matches up, you guys. Then you got your strategy. This is where you set where you want the next person to go. In this particular situation, they're going to have the next person they bring in go to the left leg. If you ever want to change your strategy, you click here and look what you can do. You can have them go to the right or the left. All right, we're going to leave that alone. We're not going to change it. Okay, this tells you if you're a team developer. Congratulations, right here. You have achieved the qualification of team developer. This person now qualifies for check matching, the money box, everything. It shows that they qualified. It shows that they have nobody on their first line that's a team developer. So I already talked about dual team. I already talked about generations. I've already talked about the money box. right? Money box. Now ranks, click on ranks. This is going to show you when you hit a rank. This person hit a silver in July 25th. That was what? $100 in their pay leg. So it's going to show you what you hit. Remember 100, then if you want to go to the next rank, it's gold. You got to hit 2,000 points in your pay leg. Next rank is platinum, 5,000 points. Member kit. If you guys go to member kit, here's all the videos. Here's the pay plan. Here's the presentation. Here's the, if you want to download the whole compensation plan, it lives here. Everything lives here. When I'm done, go back and click on this, and you can literally have everything that the company, the compliance kit, everything you need is right here. The presentation, all of it. Business tools. Okay, if you want to get a badge, obviously that lives right here. All your orders, by the way, they live right here. All your orders. Now, if I go back to this order, sometimes people say, where's my helo? Now, obviously this was delivered. You click here. This will give you the tracking number, right? So if I click here, it's going to say, obviously, this was delivered, complete, right? This was delivered. It shows you it was delivered. Because a lot of times, you guys, a lot of customer service calls are, where's my helo? Where's my helo? All you've got to do is click on your orders, click on where it says complete, and see if there's a tracking number, right? Click on completed, and right there's a tracking number. This saves you a lot of time doing a ticket or calling customer service, because it tells you everything right there. All right? So going back. Okay. Business, my orders. Now, I'm going to go to a different account. I'm going to show you guys how to set up your wallet. I get a brand new person, okay? Brand new person gets started. Okay, everybody hang tight. I'm going to close out. Got to clear my browser. I'm going to sign into a different back office. Okay. By the way, let me show you how to clear your browser. Sometimes when you're going into somebody's back office, you're going to have cookies. Up here, do you see where it says this little mark here? Scroll down. See where it says more tools? See where it says clear browser? Clear browser. Kind of what it does is it erases everything on my computer so that I can go ahead and sign in and not go back to my back office. Okay, otherwise it's going to go to my back office. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to show you guys one more thing, and then I'm going to finish up here. Okay, I'm going to sign in, back office. Okay, so if I'm getting somebody started and I want to help them set up their wallet, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is sign into their back office. These are the quick things you need to do when you get somebody started. First thing I do, you guys, is I'm going to go ahead and click on profile. Okay, click on profile. And what you want to make sure you do before you set up their back office, this is important, is you want to check all the information. Okay, I'm going to hide that. You want to make sure username, first name, last name, make sure social security number is right. Sometimes the social security number might not even be there Make sure everything's correct under owner information. If you click over here on account settings, you could upload a photo. Right here, the current photos, there's nothing. If you want to upload a photo, you just click on choose file, and if you're on your computer, upload a picture. Here's privacy. If somebody does not want their name on their website, they can click, they do not want their name. Do you want your name, it says? You could click no and update. It will only show the username. Okay, some doctors don't want their name on there. All right? So there's account settings. Documents. This just shows that there's no documents right now. This person did not upload their ID. So now let's go ahead and set up their wallet. So I click on accounting. First thing I'm going to do, it says in order to withdraw commissions through the iPayout, it's mandatory to update your ID. So I'm going to click here. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, check all the information. Is all this correct? I'm going to say, yes, it's correct. Then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions. Then I'm going to set a PIN. Okay, it's a 4-digit PIN. Tell the person you want them to set it and have it different than the PIN that they use to sign in. Okay, because this is what they're going to use to get into their money. Okay, then they have to set their security questions. So let's say I want to, you know, just as an example, I'm just going to make this dog 1, my security questions, dog 2, dog 3. Okay. Okay. So obviously the person answers the security questions. Okay. Continue. All right. Now that that's done, they're going to say, in order to make sure USP, the mail people have the correct address, they're going to ask, you know, which one is correct. See how sometimes they correct it? I'm going to say continue. Okay. Now it's going to say, thank you for activating your e-wallet. Please help us verify your account by submitting the documents listed below. They want a government ID or a passport, okay, proof of address. If you don't have a government ID, they want proof of address. They need a utility bill or some type of credit card or bank statement or something. They need one of these two things, okay? And you can either upload it or you can email it. So let me just say this right now. When you're signing people up, this is where a lot of problems happen. People might put in their name and say, I'm Bob Jones, but their legal name is William Jones. Whatever is on their license or passport, always make sure they put into the information when they're signing up. So when I'm signing someone up, I always say, make sure it's your legal name and make sure it's going to match your license. Because if someone puts Bob Jones in and someone uploads their license and it says William Jones, it's going to kick out and they're not going to be able to set up their e-wallet. They have to match. And then it's a big pain in the butt because we got to go back to customer service and we got to change Bob Jones to William Jones. So just some tips when you're signing people up. Make sure they use their legal name. All right? So all you got to do then is you got to click here and you're going to upload the license. So if I click here, it's going to take me to my documents and I'm just going to upload the license here. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, I got to get rid of my drawing. Here's my mouse. Okay. So that's how you set up your wallet. Now, after that's done, they're going to then have that piece done. You have your ID done. Then what you're going to do is you're going to set up your voided check. All you've got to do, you guys, is click on, hold on. I'm going to go to iPayout. Click on iPayout after you upload your license. Does everybody got that? Then I'm going to go back to accounting, click on My iPayout. I'm going to click on Login. Okay, they won't even let me do this until I upload a license. So hold on, let me just do something here. Well, they're not going to let me take this any further. Once I do that, you guys, I click on iPayout. All you've got to do at that point is it will direct you to your actual wallet. Click on Withdraw Funds and add a bank account. And when you add a bank account, you're just going to put in the account number, the routing number, and then you're going to upload a voided check. Once that's done, you're done. All right. So I'm finished with my piece, Jeff. I'm going to turn it back over to you for any.
Are you gonna take questions or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Before we do that, before everybody logs off, guys, remember tomorrow morning we have it's going to be a training on LinkedIn. Pass this all down to all your people. A comprehensive training on how to do certain things within LinkedIn to generate leads. So it's going to be a great special speaker talking about that. So please note that, pass that down to your team. And if you guys want to unmute yourself now for specific questions, we only want to take about another 5 or 10 minutes. So unmute yourself. Don't do it through the chat.
And you guys, if there's any issues going on personally with you, with any problems with your downline, setting up things, I mean, make sure we make this general questions that could benefit everybody. So go ahead. I'm going to open this up to everybody.
Hi, Lisa. Good morning, Lisa.
Hi, Jenny. You're first, Jenny. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi. I have a question about matching through the generations. I've signed up like 12 people. Some of them are not doing the business. How does that work in generation for check matching? Because does it just jump over those people who are not earning an income to the next spot that is earning an income for a check matching?
Great question. Great question, Jenny. Okay. You guys, when you sign people up, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. And you bring people in. Let's say this person isn't doing anything, and they sign up this person who's not doing anything, and they sign up this person who's doing something, and they're like, let's say doing, $5,000 per week in their pay leg and making whatever they're making. This right here is your third generation. In this compensation plan, you guys, they don't compress generation 1 and 2 and make this your first. So in other words, this is generation 1, generation 2, generation 3. They're not going to skip over those 3, Jenny. So when you're personally sponsoring people, make sure you don't give away your people. This is a mistake sometimes people make. They go, oh, I'm going to take some of my personally sponsored and I'll put them here. That just became your second. Or I'm going to give away a personally sponsored and put it here.
Got it.
Okay, Jenny? They don't skip over in this comp. There's no compression.
Okay. Is that your question,
Okay,
Jenny?
so what you're saying, wait, let me just be clear, Jeff. So what you're saying is there's no commissions on those spots ever. Because
unless they do something.
Right.
Well, if this person does nothing and this person does nothing and this person is making, let's say, $1,000 per week in the dual team, if you're not reaching down 3 levels, which by the way, you have to be a diamond to reach down 3 levels,
right.
You would not be making check matching on this person, because diamonds make 3 levels. They make 10% here, 5% here, and 5% here.
Okay.
You're using 5% on this person because you're not a diamond.
So you're right. That's beachfront properties to get the best people you can and up front.
Yeah. Well, anybody you personally sponsor is always going to be the most lucrative.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, got it. Thank you. Great training, Lisa. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hi, Lisa. This is Twyla. Thank you so much for all you do. My question is when you're first getting started then with your left and your right, you would then want to put your power person, I call them, on my left or lesser leg.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about earlier. Make sure that you're not falling into that trap. And what I mean by that is, okay, here you are, and you were sponsored by Joe. And let's say this is you. What's your first name?
Twyla.
Twyla.
I'm going to say T.
Thanks.
You want, your first person's always going to go here. Your second person's here. Your third person's here. Don't fall into the trap, Twyla, of thinking you need to put your strong person here. I don't do that. I just say I'm putting 1, 2, 3. I go back and forth until I have what? 5 on my right, 5 on my left. This right here is where John or Joe's going to spill over. So technically, if Joe's a recruiter, this is going to be your stronger leg, or this could be potentially your power leg. But I've seen people that bring in people here. They put 5 and 5 on both sides, and this becomes the power leg. In other words, this becomes stronger. You don't know. I mean, you don't always necessarily, everyone always thinks, okay, my weaker leg is where I should put all my strong people. You don't know. I would consult up with the person who sponsored you in the business. Make sure you're working closely with them. Jeff and I always talk about just structure, chase the structure, not the dollar, because your legs are going to flip back and forth, especially that first year in a new, fresh organization. They're going to be going back and forth. You don't know what's going to be your bigger leg.
Yeah, that's the biggest point, Twyla. You don't know. And I'm saying that's the other thing. You think you do, but you don't. And like Lisa said, chase the structure. That's the advice.
Thank you.
And by the way, your beachfront property are the first 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 people you sponsor. Because this right here, 100 deep, and this right here, 100 deep, look out 10 years when there's tens of thousands of people. I mean, anything at the top is the top. You know what I'm saying?
And if one of your first people was somebody elderly and they pass away, does then what they build under them, what happens there?
Well, they could take that distributorship and will it to their kids or their grandkids. I mean,
Okay.
this is willable.
This was a question from a lady I talked to, and she said, if one of my first people are my mom and she's elderly because I want to build her an income as from the work that I do, what happens if she passes away?
Well, they've got to put some provision in place. The company would need to know that if this person passed away and you wanted to, let's say, transfer it into your daughter's name or your husband's name because this person passed away and you were building them an income, make sure you have something in place that the company would need to get that would then say this person wanted Joan wanted this person to be transferred into Bill's name. You got to put something in writing.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's all they need, something in writing.
Anybody else?
Hey, Lisa, it's Grant here from England. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for the training. Excellent. If somebody doesn't make the loyalty payment, but they still build a business, do they still get paid, or are all earnings nullified unless you're on the payment?
Remember, Grant, loyalty has nothing to do with your commissions. If someone's going to get paid, they just have to personally sponsor somebody every 30 days that does at least 30 SV. So if I bring somebody in who gets on loyalty, that would make me active and I'd be able to earn commissions. Me being on loyalty doesn't earn me commissions. Me being on loyalty just gives me all the benefits of loyalty. I don't need to be on loyalty to earn commissions. I need to personally bring someone in who gets on loyalty, that's the easiest thing to do, because then that would be 30 SV that I would be producing every single month. Does that make sense?
And if nobody produces the SV, or they miss a cycle.
If no one produces that, if you don't produce that, you can't earn your commissions. Your points will not accumulate, is what will happen. So if this is growing, and you're not personally doing 30 SV per month, your points will start to flush at 10%.
A pay cycle.
A pay cycle. They'll start to flush. So
what about the 1%, Lise? I don't get the 1% if I'm not on loyalty, right?
The 1% on you don't get unless you're on loyalty.
Right. So Grant, do you understand that? The 1% bank, you have to be on loyalty.
Yep.
But everything else you qualify.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else, guys?
Lisa, this is Gus. I just got a real quick question I'm getting from new people. And I think I know the answer, but I want to confirm it. When somebody comes in new and they sign themselves up, is the default position customer? I know they have to make a choice, but if they don't make a choice, I don't believe that they can go on either, correct?
They can't go on in the new enrollment process. If they don't hit either customer or customer referral, they can't click join.
Right, but is the default position customer, do you know? In other words, they'd have to make an election to the member before they can move on?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I think it is too. Okay.
Yeah, I believe it is. And by the way, in the strategy section too, you guys, it default always goes to the common leg when you bring someone in.
Yep.
The first person you sponsor goes to the bigger leg and then the inside. And why do they do that, by the way? Because if this guy right here is a one-shot wonder and sponsored one person, he's on the common leg.
Mm-hmm.
In other words,
that's still going to grow.
He's still going to have something that grows underneath him. If it went to the inside leg, he'd be sitting out here by himself.
Right. Thank you.
Lisa.
Yes.
When Brian signed up, he put himself as the owner. And now that we're signed up, how can we go back and put me as the co-owner?
Just click on co-owner and add yourself.
Okay.
That's real simple. And anytime, by the way, you guys want to, you know where it says company info?
Yep.
You know, some people want their LLC or they want to change it to a corporation or whatever you want to change it to. All the company needs is for you to put that information in and send them the articles of incorporation.
Okay.
And then they'll move it into, instead of a social, they'll move it into a tax ID.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I have one, Lisa. I just missed the very first part you were talking about. If you're a customer, if you were, sorry, if you were put in as a customer, it used to be that if they referred somebody, they got paid a commission. Is that changed now?
Yeah, you don't get commission as a customer. You have to be a customer. You got to be on the customer referral program. So if that person ever wants, by the way, anybody that clicks customer because they click customer and they want to switch over to the customer referral program, if they go to their home page, there's always going to be a button that says join. So at any time, that person can go in and join and change it so that they're on the customer referral program. Having said that, when they switched over to having to choose between the two, anybody that has not sponsored at least one person has to sign back into their back office and actually join in order to be in the customer referral program, because they're sitting there as customers. So if I go back in here to one of these back offices and you click on all your frontline people, if you see anybody sitting there, click on generations and you'll see everybody that's frontline to you. You'll see if they're a member or a customer. If anybody's sitting there as a customer, you should call them and make sure they go sign into their back office and click on join.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people that are sitting there that should be customer referrals or be in the customer referral program, and they're not. So we have to kind of manually do all that.
Okay, thanks,
And just
Lisa.
to close up, you guys, you guys all heard about the credit card issue with the merchant situation. There was a small percentage of people that it says completed, but they were not charged. Okay, they need to go to their home page, and if they go to their home page, there's an actual button where they can manually put in the card and process the card. MasterCard's available now, and I believe Visa is going to be available in the next couple days. So make sure you're working with those people to help them get their cards processed, because there's a small chunk of these people that we're working with that have not gotten processed yet. And by the way, their product won't ship until their card is processed. Obviously, the company's not going to send the product until they have the money. So that's obviously a problem. All right. Any other questions?
I was just wondering, Lisa, this may seem like a silly question, but is e-wallet the only way you can get paid?
Yes.
Okay.
We're in 195 countries. And sometimes people say, why does it take 3 weeks for the money to go into my wallet? And then another couple days to transfer into my checking account? Because they have 195 countries that they're dealing with. By the way, that's the standard turnaround time. When we were in OrganoGold, it was 3 weeks. So this is a separate company. It's an independent company that takes the money and manages it and then transfers it for the people. So that's the only way to get it. If you want to get the prepaid credit card, you could actually set up to have it transferred onto that. If someone doesn't have a checking account or a savings account, they can get their prepaid credit card and have it transferred onto that. Oh, they can have a check mailed, by the way. So they can have a check mailed, but that obviously is going to slow the process down of getting their money.
Lisa, it's Fran. I have a quick question. On your business cards, do you have your website or do you have helo.life?
We don't have business cards.
Okay.
I've ordered postcards. We're not business card people. I like to punch it into people's phones. I collect their cards. That's a big rule of mine. Jeff and I, but if you do have business cards, I think helo.life is better to put on there because it's going to show the videos. And then if someone wants to purchase, there's a purchase button right on helo.life. So always put the site you want people to go to.
The purchase process, though, for somebody to just go and do it on their own, like what we just talked about, it's not real intuitive. You really do need to explain it to someone, regarding loyalty. So you're at a trade show, right? You're giving out your cards. People are going to your site to sign up, and you don't know it until after the fact. That's my question is, how can we, make sure that we get to walk people through it?
You know what I would do, Fran? If I'm at a site, if I'm at a show,
yes,
and I got 10 or 20 people that just went and they bought the Helo, you could only get so much information to people during that time. You got to circle back. And right here at a trade show, if I click on generations, this person hasn't signed anybody up yet. It's going to give me everybody's phone number and email. You got to circle back with each person if they didn't get the loyalty and make sure they sign back in and get the loyalty if they want it. It might be a 2-step process for some situations because they just didn't know the value of getting it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, I got to use, okay, go on more because I got to use this site, guys. I have another webinar. Go ahead.
Okay, last compensation webinar, I thought you said that it's always a 2-process cycle now for the loyalty program.
And it is.
Correct?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, so someone signs up, they can only buy the pack, and then what they have to do is they create an account, and then when they create an account, they sign into their back office, they go back to the store, and they click on services and they buy the product.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close this out. I appreciate all of you for being on today. And
remember tomorrow, guys, going to be a great one.
we're excited about tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Great call.
You got guidance?